Welcome to this deep dive into LeetCode Problem 2300, Successful Pairs of Spells and Potions. We are given two arrays of positive integers, spells of length n, and potions of length m. We are also given a target integer named success. A pair consisting of one spell and one potion is defined as successful if the product of their strengths is greater than or equal to the success value. Our goal is to return an array where each element represents the number of successful potions for the corresponding spell. The naive approach is to use nested loops. For every spell, iterate through every potion and check the product. However, looking at the constraints, both n and m can be up to 100,000. A brute force solution would require 10 to the power of 10 operations, resulting in a time limit exceeded error. To optimize this, we need to avoid checking every single potion for every spell. Think about it, if the potions array were sorted in ascending order, finding the valid potions would be much easier. Once we find the weakest potion that forms a successful pair with a spell, we instantly know that all subsequent, stronger potions in the sorted array will also form successful pairs. Let's derive the exact threshold we need. For a specific spell, the condition for success is, spell multiplied by potion is greater than or equal to success. To find the minimum required potion strength, we divide both sides by the spell's strength. This gives us, potion must be greater than or equal to success divided by spell. This is our mathematical target. Because the strengths in our potions array are integers, the minimum potion strength we need must also be an integer. If success divided by spell results in a fraction, we cannot simply round down, as the product would fall short of the target. We must round up to the next whole number. Therefore, the minimum potion needed is the ceiling of success divided by spell. Here is a critical pitfall to avoid. While you could use floating point division and a math.ceiling function, floating point arithmetic can suffer from precision issues with very large numbers. To guarantee accuracy, we use integer arithmetic. The ceiling division of a divided by b can be perfectly calculated using integers as a plus b minus 1, all integer divided by b. Applying this robust integer math trick to our specific variables, we substitute success for a, and spell for b. Our precise formula for the minimum required potion strength becomes, success plus spell minus 1, all wrapped in parentheses, then integer divided by spell. We will store this calculated value in a variable called min potion needed. Now let's construct the algorithm step by step. Step 1. We sort the potions array in place to enable binary search. We also store the length of the potions array in a variable m. Step 2. We initialize an empty list called pairs to store our results, and begin a loop to iterate through every single spell in the spells array. Inside the loop, for the current spell, we first calculate our min potion needed using the integer formula we derived. Next, we use Python's bisect_left function. We pass it our sorted potions array and our min potion needed. This binary search efficiently finds the first index, let's call it IDX, where the potion strength is greater than or equal to our requirement. What does this index IDX represent? Because the array is sorted, every potion from index IDX all the way to the end of the array is guaranteed to be strong enough. The total number of potions is m. Therefore, the number of valid, successful potions for this spell is simply the total length m minus the starting index IDX. We append this count to our pairs array. Let's rigorously verify this algorithm with example 1. We have the spells array, 5, 1, 3, the potions array, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the target success is 7. First, we sort the potions array, but notice it is already sorted. The length of the potions array, m, is 5. We initialize our empty pairs array and are ready to process the first spell. We start with the first spell, which has a strength of 5. We calculate the minimum potion needed. Substituting into our formula, 7 plus 5 minus 1, which equals 11. We then integer divide 11 by the spell strength, 5. 11 integer divided by 5 gives us 2. So, we need a potion of strength 2 or greater. Now we search for our required strength, 2, within the sorted potions array. Using bisect left, we find that the first occurrence of a number greater than or equal to 2 is at index 1. The number of valid potions is the total length, 5, minus this index, 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. We append 4 to our results. Moving to the second spell, its strength is 1. We calculate the threshold, 7 plus 1 minus 1 equals 7. 7 integer divided by 1 is 7. The minimum potion strength needed for this spell is 7. We now need to find where the value 7 would fit into our sorted potions array. We search for 7 in our potions array, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, since 7 is larger than all elements in the array, bisect left will return an index equal to the length of the array, which is 5. We calculate valid potions as 5 minus 5, which equals 0. There are no successful pairs for this spell. We append 0. Finally, we process the third and last spell, which has a strength of 3. We calculate the minimum potion threshold one last time, 7 plus 3 minus 1 equals 9. We then take 9 and integer divide it by the spell strength, 3. 9 integer divided by 3 gives us exactly 3. So, we need a potion of strength 3 or greater. We search for 3 in the potions array. The bisect left function finds the first instance of 3 at index 2. The number of successful potions is the total length, 5, minus the index, 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. We append 3 to our results. Our loop is complete, and we return the final array, 4, 0, 3. Let's review the time complexity. Sorting the potions array takes O of m log m time. Then, for each of the n spells, we perform a binary search taking O of log m time, totaling O of n log m. The overall time complexity is O of m plus n, times log m. This perfectly satisfies the constraints, ensuring an efficient and correct solution.